I'm Destroy Mariko, and today I'm going to be reviewing my first ever item from Punk Rave Australia's new Daily Life range. Before we get into that though, I do need to let you know that this was sent to me as a gift, but I'll always give you my honest opinion in every review. So before we get into today's item, I just wanted to show you the Daily Life range on the Punk Rave Australia website. So this is the new tab up here, it says Daily Life, you click on that, brings up this page, and yeah, you can kind of see what they're getting at here. It's a little bit different to their other stuff. There's less of the elaborate, you know, romantic goth kind of stuff, and you know, the punk style is a bit different. I think the goal is to be stuff that you could wear every day, you know, a bit more casually. There's a bit of a new goth vibe, I think, as well. So yeah, that gives you a sort of the gist of it. And yeah, you can load more products and it goes on for quite a while. But today's item, let's skip over. It's the Daily Life cat print fur trim hoodie in black, and there is also a pink version. You can see it's shipping from China, and there's 3 different sizes. And if we just come down to the description, the Daily Life cat print fur trim hoodie is made from soft, comfortable black fabric, generous hood with contrasting 3-dimensional cat ears and one-way metal cross pendant decoration for that fun, playful feeling, long flared sleeves with imitation black fur trim cuffs, cute black cat print center front with Punk Rave branding, colors black or pink, plus sizing available. So let's have a closer look, and yeah, it's pretty cute. I'm going to skip to the next one. There's a few different shots how the model's wearing it. This is from the back, and one of the unusual things is it's a pointy hood, whereas most of the hoods I have more of a curve. This is, yeah, how you might wear it. And one thing you notice is it's sort of like a short jumper style, so it stops a bit higher up, and so if you're wearing high skirts and stuff, I think that will work really nicely with them. I'm used to having longer jumpers, so this will be an interesting one for me. And then yeah, those flared sleeves, which I haven't really had myself on other items. And then this is with the hood down, and the little cat ears, they're so cute. I love cat stuff, and you can see the print a bit closer up, which I think it's really cool. It's got that black cat, but it's kind of like it's been splashed on there. That's really fun. And here's without the model, so you can get a clearer idea of how that looks. And I love the fluffy bits. And from the side and the back, and that's close up of the print. I think it's really cool. Like, it's cute, but it's also like creepy at the same time. I love that stuff. This is attached to one of the ears. So like, I've got a few cat hoodie type stuffed in my collection, but none of them have like the ear pierced, which I think is adorable. And then some close-up of the fluffy bits, and that's the fabric. And then yeah, here's the size chart. So I'm going to be fitting into the extra small to small size, but it does go up to this 2XL. So yeah, you have a look. The height is just a suggestion. The main things you look at in this case would be, I guess, bust and waist. You're not really going to worry about the hips. Now I'll quickly show you the other color. So this is the pink version, and as you can see, it's sold out, but sometimes after I've made these reviews, they actually do get them in. So if you're after the pink one, definitely check it out. There's a few differences you can see with the white fluff on the ends, and the ears are black. So it's kind of cool how they've inverted that. Another thing is, after the reviews, sometimes they update the descriptions with other things that I found. So yeah, that might be a little bit different too. But yeah, definitely check this out. If you want the pink one, they might get it in, but I can't make any guarantees. And if they don't have it in by the time this review goes up, you can always put your name and your email address into this field, and they'll let you know when it's available. Alright, so here's the bag that the hoodie comes in. Now, it didn't ship this way. What happened is Punk Rave Australia sent me the items for 4 reviews in one go, so everything came in this one big box from China, and it was really nicely taped up. And if you'd like to see that unboxing, check out my review of the Night Elf outfit. It's got everything in there. In terms of shipping time, it only took about a week, so yeah, I thought that was really fast, really good. With that out of the way, let's get to opening it. They always come with a little bit of tissue paper and a silica packet, so just keep an eye on those when you're unwrapping them. Oh, cool. Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, so let's get into some of the details. So let's start with the fabric, and on the outside, it's just this smooth black fabric here. And on the inside, you've got this light furry fabric, and it's really soft and really nice. And I'm so happy with that, because I can be quite picky about fabrics in jumpers, and like, this is perfect. I love it. Moving on to the picture, I love it. It's so cute. It stands out really nicely. I think it's printed with like light gray kind of ink, and you can feel the difference between the fabric fabric and where it's printed, so I'm guessing this is screen printed. And the way that the printing's done, I think you can see the cat itself is sort of done in these little dots, which gives it this real ghost kind of look, whereas the pink is much more solid. Coming up to the hood, so the inside of it has that same furry black fabric as the rest of the hoodie. But if we look at the ears, you can see they're a little bit different. You can see here they're kind of shiny. It's got more of that kind of leathery kind of look. It's a little bit different to similar fabrics that we've seen from Punk Rave Australia, though. Sometimes those have like a sort of crackly look or a scaly look, whereas this one you can just see on camera, I think, those lines coming through as a pattern. And then the inside of the ears is a little bit different again. It's this furry pink fabric, and it's actually furrier than what's inside the hoodie. Coming over to the other ear though, we can see the little decoration here, and what's really cool. Check it out, it's removable. How cool is that? So yeah, if you decide for some reason that you don't want this on the hoodie, it's really easy to take off, and you could also interchange this, because I know not everyone will be into the imagery of the cross. If you want to change that for something else, it's really easy to do. I really love that. Now this eyelet, which reinforces the piercing hole, this is made out of some kind of hard black material. I'm not sure if it's plastic or something else, but yeah, it feels pretty solid and really well put in there. As for the way that the ears sit in there, so you can see there's this stitching down the middle which goes to the pointy end of the hood, and then there's some stitching across the side, and but it actually fits in really nicely, because then they sort of do this thing where the stitching stops and it just like goes seamlessly into the rest of the fabric, which I think is really interesting. And you can actually see that seam on the inside here, where the furry bit is. Also, that seam that goes to the pointy bit of the hood, it's also continued on the back side until the bottom of the hood, where it joins the rest of the jumper. Moving on to the sleeves. So as you can see, they're really wide. Like if you compare that to this one I'm wearing here, it's quite noticeable. And then we come to the fur on the end of the sleeves, and I'm happy to say it's really soft. It's really nice stuff. I'm so happy that Punk Rave Australia does this, because yeah, I've had bad experiences with fake fur in the past. Absolutely don't have that problem here. It's so soft. I love it. And finally, down at the bottom of the jumper, you can see this is how the seam is done, and on the inside it's like that, so that outside fabric is folded over onto the fluffy fabric. Alright, so that's my first look at this hoodie. I think I'm going to go and try it on, and then we'll do some twirls. Alright, here's how it looks on me, and now I'm going to put my measurements in this corner and the hoodie's measurements in this corner, and let's go for a twirl. So I hope you enjoyed that twirl, and now let's have a chat about it. Starting with the size, and I'm really happy with how it fits on me, and like the sleeves are really nice, and it all just feels really comfortable. And there's also some extra room in there, so if you're needing a little bit of extra warmth for winter, you will be able to fit more stuff underneath. And that's particularly true with having the arms flare out. I don't know if sometimes you layer jumpers together and it just gets a little bit too much, but there's heaps of room and it goes all the way up here. You could easily fit some extra warmth under there. Also, because there is extra room in here, if you're just like on the larger end of one of the size categories, you probably could still fit into this. Next up, the fabric. So yeah, as expected, this fabric on the inside, the fluffiness, it feels really nice, really smooth. It doesn't bother me at all, which is fantastic, because when I was younger, I used to have so much trouble finding jumpers that didn't feel itchy and all that. So yeah, I'm loving this. Like instantly, it feels so nice. And also these furry cuffs, yeah, because they're soft, they don't itch or anything around your wrist. They feel really nice. I love it. Now moving on to how it looks, and I think this is where I have most of my comments. So because this is a slightly shorter, I guess maybe cropped sort of jumper, I decided to wear one of my big frilly skirts. And what struck me is like with these ears, right, and the pointiness, and then I have this long flowy skirt, it gives me these real like wizard magician vibes. And like, you know, because these are pointy cat ears, it kind of has that elf look. And then this reminds me of that, you know, those old Zelda games. Yeah, it's really cool. I really like that magical maybe pixie, elfin, wizardy kind of vibe. It's just, yeah, it feels magical. And then speaking of this point, right, I did not expect that to stand up on its own. Like, I was super impressed, and like even moving around, it stayed up there pretty nicely. And I think it's because of this seam, because it is a pretty solidly done seam, and also the one up the back. And so yeah, I was really surprised that it can stand up like that. And I've never had a hoodie like this, so that's really exciting for me. If you don't like that though, you can fold it down, and it looks more like a normal sort of curved kind of one. And then, I don't know if you can see, like, yeah, you kind of end up with a little tail, I guess. So yeah, that's kind of cute. Now with the ears, you can sort of get them to stand up a little bit better if you just massage them a bit. I think after being in the packaging for a while, because this is the last thing I unpacked, yeah, they sort of folded down. Sometimes they were flopping a little bit, especially this one, I think because of the extra weight of this. But yeah, I noticed if I just do that, then they stand up really nicely. Also the angle that you put the hood, so I'm wearing it, you know, around about here, but you could pull it back a little bit more and get a slightly different kind of look. Now as for the size of the hood, I guess this is my hoodie test. How far forward can you bring it? It's a little bit shorter than other ones. So in the past I've been able to get the hoodies like right down past my chin almost. So yeah, that's something to be aware of. It's sort of like at this point, you know, just gathers on your head, and so you can't pull it down any further. So this is actually one of the smallest hoods that I've had from Punk Rave Australia. But yeah, it's so different and so unique. So yeah, that's something I'm really impressed by, is like in the way that they've sewn things, they've actually thought like, you know, how are you gonna wear this? Yeah, it's amazing. Like I didn't have to put anything in there. I didn't have to wear a bun. It just stands up on its own. Like this is all flat space in my head section. So yeah, another thing on how it looks, so this is just like a pullover kind of jumper. I usually wear ones that have these sort of zipper style, and so that you open it, and like what's good about these is they're really convenient because you can take them on and off super easily. But it does mean that you don't have these kinds of prints, you know, because you've got a zipper coming down the middle. You can't have something nice like this. So I'm really excited that I do finally have a nice black jumper that I can just pull over and have a cool graphic coming up like this. The other thing for me is I also do have one other sort of jumper style thing that does have little cat ears, but it's this sort of pink and black striped thing. I don't have one that's like this solid black. And that one's also like kind of thin, whereas this one I feel like would keep me a little bit warmer. And then because you actually can fit stuff under it, yeah, I think I'm gonna be nice and cozy. So if I wanna be in cat mode, like this is a great way for me to do it. And some of you also know that I've got these cute little fluffy cat hats, and they're great. I love them, but they're a little bit less convenient. Like, you know, if you want to take them off, then you have to carry them around. With this, I don't have to carry it around, it just sits on the back there. So yeah, I'm really excited about this hoodie and like getting my first look at the daily life range. I mean, I'm personally quite fond of Punk Rave Australia's standard range, but I think this is a really interesting idea. And I do have to say, I think I probably would be wearing this more often, like more of a daily life thing, because you can just like pull it over whatever you're wearing casually for the day. And I think it's a really cool way to like, you know, add that sort of gothic alternative vibe. Like it's so simple, you just chuck on a jumper and it's amazing. I love it. So yeah, when they talk about daily life, I definitely do see myself wearing this. I could easily wear this every day. At the same time though, I can also see myself incorporating this into some of my more elaborate outfits, because it does cross that borderline between, you know, the daily life, daily wear kind of thing and that more elaborate goth punk. Like it has that goth punk vibe. So yeah, I could wear this in so many situations. One last thing, and this is just kind of interesting. I don't know if it's relevant to anything really, but I just noticed as I'm doing this, you can see this is bumping against the hood, and you can actually hear that tapping. And like I guess if you did change this out and you had something there that you were, you know, a little bit attached to, I think that gives you a little bit of security so that you know that it's still there. I don't know, sometimes I worry about losing things, and I would know, yes, I just need to wobble my head and my little keychain is still there. I don't know, it's just a random thing I noticed, so whether or not that's relevant to anyone, I just thought it was kind of fun. Alright, so I think that covers everything. So just a quick recap. The size is really nice. It's really spacious. You can fit extra stuff under there. The fabric feels amazing. I really love it. Like, I'm just wearing short sleeves today, so that is contacting my skin, and it feels so nice, and the fluffiness is so cool as well. And then overall, my impression of how it looks. So I really love it. I think magical. I will go and take some photos of the outfit outfit that I'm in right now. But yeah, it has that sort of magical elfin kind of vibe as well as the cat vibe, and it also has the feeling of I could wear this every day in more casual settings, but I could also put it into my usual goth punk elaborate aesthetic. So yeah, it's really flexible, and yeah, magical is my word of the day. I will say I think the magical vibe is probably more apparent because this is the black version. I'm not sure if you'd get the same vibe with the pink version, and for me that shade of pink that it was is not something that I would personally wear, but yeah, I'm gonna say the black version, definitely magical. I love it so much. So yeah, I'm really happy, I'm really thrilled, and I can't wait to go out for a walk with my dog while wearing this. I think it's going to be really fun, the two of us. Also, I will put some photos at the end of this video of like my full outfit, so stay tuned for that. Now, if you'd like to get one of these for yourself, don't forget that there will be a 20% off discount on the Punk Rave Australia store if you buy it within 30 days of this video going live, both on my channel and also the Punk Rave Australia channel. That discount's applied automatically at the checkout, so you don't need to remember any codes like we used to do. Thanks as always to Punk Rave Australia for having me on. I've been really enjoying getting back into these reviews after the break that we took last year. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please do give us a like. Also, share it with any friends you think would be into this style. I think it's really cool. Also, subscribe to our channels for more, and leave us a comment because this is the last of the series of 4 reviews that I've done, and we haven't chosen the next items yet. So if there's a particular style that you maybe want me to look at, please do leave it in the comments and we'll see what we can do. Thanks everyone for watching. Stick around a few more seconds to see those photos of my outfit, and I'll see you all next time.